So you're talking to a narcissist and all of a sudden, oh my God, they're just totally triggered, right? Why? Who knows? But in this video, we're going to be talking about 5 comments that just easily trigger that narcissistic rage. So let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca Zung, and we talk about all things narcissism here and how to shift the dynamic with narcissists, right? Vulnerability is often, hailed as a strength in these days and age, right? But not when you're talking about a narcissist. That's a sign of weakness to exploit. They want to use that against you. When you're talking about a narcissist, they get triggered. Let's talk about 5 comments that easily trigger that narcissistic rage, that narcissistic injury. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're basically dealing with a toddler in an adult body. So what's the first one? The first one is, I disagree with you. As a lawyer myself, and as somebody who coaches people and trains people in high conflict certification programs, and I train people all over the world, I can tell you that I teach people how to have boundaries. And you absolutely have a right to start looking at somebody as if they are a toddler having a tantrum on the floor and putting that invisible fence down around you, demanding that you have respect and demanding respect for yourself. Okay. I'm telling you that even the most seemingly innocuous phrases can send the most composed people that end up being narcissists into a frenzy. Something that you don't even realize is going on. You just can say, I disagree with you. And all of a sudden they're just over the edge, right? And you can disagree without being disagreeable. It's like, if you're not for me, you're against me. And if you're against me, then you're my enemy. And it's a whole thing with them. Sometimes it just seems like it's a healthy discourse, but in the eyes of a narcissist, it's a direct assault. A lot of times it's their perceived superiority, and they thrive on control. They thrive on dominance. They're extremely insecure. Loyalty is a big thing. And any challenge to that is a perceived slight. And any challenge to their authority is met with swift retaliation. They don't trust anybody. Even the smallest thing can lead to expressing triggers and rage and conflict with people. And all of a sudden they're just out of control, and then they lose relationships as a result. I mean, I've seen people in meetings with a narcissistic colleague who might propose an idea. If you disagree with it, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And if you voice your concerns respectfully, and you try to have a rational discussion, and instead of a rational discussion, their demeanor completely shifts. Their tone becomes condescending. They dismiss your viewpoint with disdain. And if they're your boss or something, I mean, you could get fired over it. That's why I teach people how to have certain types of communication techniques so that that doesn't happen. I mean, you can maintain your assertiveness, you can assert your boundaries without inciting a war. The next one is, you hurt me. Here's the thing about narcissists. They don't want to have to deal with your needs. Your needs trigger them. They take that personally. They feel like they don't want to have to deal with you and your needs, and serving you and your needs, and dealing with you and your stuff. And so that triggers them big time. The vulnerability is something that to them is like, now you want something from them. Now I'm going to have to deal with you and something that you want. I don't want to have to give you anything. I don't want to have to serve you in any way. And so that triggers them. It triggers defensiveness. And so that causes problems as well. That might cause angry outbursts, rage. If you try to have a conversation with, let's say it's your romantic partner, can cause them to lash out at you, accuse you of being overly sensitive, or why are you bringing that up now? Or I didn't hurt you, or you're being overly sensitive, or you're being irrational, or that didn't happen, gaslighting you in some way. Attempting to communicate honestly with them is met with a barrage of gaslighting and blame shifting and defensiveness and projection and deflection and lying and denying. For you, you need to remember that your emotions are valid, your needs are valid. You have a right to have needs, you have a right to have emotions. They have shortcomings, they have limitations as a result of their own trauma and their own issues with their, whatever it is that happened to them in their childhood. So it has nothing to do with you. With narcissists, being able to have a conversation with them in a certain way, a certain timing, a certain approach. I mean, you might be able to have a more productive conversation in a different way, potentially, but maybe not. If this is resonating with you so far, give me a for sure in the comments. The next one is I need space. I need space. They don't want you to have independence. They don't want you to be going away from them. That means like a loss of control might hit on their fear of abandonment. They need control. They need validation. They need their supply source. And if you assert autonomy or boundaries, it's perceived rejection. That mere suggestion of distancing yourself triggers those feelings of abandonment and igniting that desperate need to regain control or at any cost. This is where you're going to start to see, and I've seen this in my cases, I've seen this in the cases that I've worked with in my high conflict certification cases, with the people that I've worked with, the cases that I've coached. People then have to deal with setting healthy boundaries. And that's really, really important. If you are in dealing with a romantic partner who is constantly invading your personal space and you need personal space to recharge or reflect, you take it. You put those boundaries up. Those boundaries are your bridges. Boundaries are bridges. Remember that, to your new life, your new beginning, your new healthy self. Their response is their response. It may mean a torrent of accusations, and it may be guilt tripping, and it may be manipulation, but it just means that you need to do what you need to do. And by the way, if you need phrases for disarming narcissists, get them at disarmthenarc.com. Disarmthenarc.com. Get your free phrases for disarming narcissists. Join my free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. Do what you need to do to get the support that you need. Next one is you're being selfish. You're being selfish. If you say this to them, this will totally trigger them because they don't want to be hearing that they're actually being the way that they are. They view themselves as superior, deserving of constant admiration and attention. And any suggestion of them being selfish challenges this illusion. They want to hear about how wonderful they are, how amazing they are. This will lead to swift backlash, immediate backlash. They will deflect blame onto you, painting themselves as the victim of your cruelty. You will be the selfish one, and they'll go tell everybody about how horrible you are. They will become the victim. Do not confront anybody. I mean, if you go to try to confront a narcissistic friend about their habit of monopolizing conversations and disregarding your needs, they will unleash everything about you and painting, insults of you being the selfish one in the relationship. Their need for validation will outweigh any consideration of your feelings or boundaries. And the last one is I'm done. If you say I'm done, that will totally trigger them. And walking away is the ultimate act of defiance in a narcissist manipulation. And it signifies your refusal to be ensnared in their web of manipulation and their web of toxicity any longer. And be prepared for their final attempt to manipulate and control you, whatever that looks like. So, they might have some kind of toxic meltdown or guilt trip or whatever it is that they're going to do. So it could be all sorts of things. I mean, it probably is going to be 40 different things that could be filing false pleadings. It could be smearing you to other people. It could be showing up at your house or office or whatever it is. But, summoning the courage to end this relationship that's draining you, that's diminishing your self worth, is going to be the best thing that you ever do for yourself. And when you get on the other side of this, you're going to be so much stronger, so much better, so much more clear headed than you've ever been in your life. So, declaring your independence is going to be the biggest Independence Day of your life. As they unleash that barrage of whatever toxicity, think of this as your Independence Day. There you have it, warriors. 5 comments that easily trigger that narcissistic rage. And remember, knowledge is your shield. It's your strategy. It's your sword in this battle against manipulation. Make sure that you like this video, you share it with others so that they can get access to this information. Make sure that you subscribe here and you smash that little bell there. And the next video that I want you to watch is 5 ways to disarm the narcissist. 5 ways to disarm the narcissist. Remember to get those phrases to disarm the narc, those phrases at disarm the narc. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to stay empowered, stay resilient, never forget your self-worth. And I will see you in that next video. Shopify helps millions sell billions around the world through their digital courses, through their digital products at the touch of a button on their smartphones, on social media, however they want, including me at shop.rebeccazung.com. You can access your store from all over the world, just a touch of a button from your smartphones. Start accepting payments. Everything you need to sell online, manage orders, and develop relationships in one place and look fabulous doing it. Shopify is the commerce platform that is revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide, including my own, at shop.rebeccazung.com. So right now, what you need to do is sign up for a $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/bestlife, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/bestlife to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/bestlife.